Hey, it's James Raby. We have to say something here, but I don't want to say much. Thanks for listening to the Y105 FM Early Morning Show Radio On Demand podcast. Love you. Of the show.
It's the Y105 FM Early Morning Show.
And now, on Y105 FM's Early Morning Show with James Raby. That time my husband was sweet, soft, caring, and fulfilled my every desire. Today, Rebecca's warm, romantic Valentine's Day story called The Perfect Gift.
Last year for Valentine's Day, he was like, well, what do you want? And I said, I want you to, instead of me telling you, I want you to think of me and what makes you think of me. So I got a Swiffer.
Oh my goodness, the perfect gift. Exactly what you'd asked for.
I got a Swiffer for Valentine's Day. And if what makes you think of me is cleaning, then we have an issue here.
Oh my goodness, what a lucky gal you are. Imagine how jealous everyone else is that you found the perfect man.
I threw it at him and then threw it in the trash.
Right where he belongs. And that's Rebecca telling us the story of The Perfect Gift here on Y105 FM's Early Morning Show. Tune in again next time for a heartwarming tale that'll make you wish you too had such a perfect partner.
It's the Y105 FM Early Morning Show.
This is the best.
Weekday mornings on Y105 FM.
If you're a Michael Bublé best of the show.
It's the Y105 FM Early Morning Show.
Hey, it's time for another episode of the fantastic Y105 FM Early Morning Show, Adventures in Dating with Keisha.
Okay, so I picked a somewhat controversial topic. It's about toppings that go on pizza.
Okay.
So it starts out with a guy going, "Hi, how are you today?" I say, "Good, how are you?" And he goes, "Fine." So we've been talking for a few days now, and I had a really important question to ask you. And I'm like, "Okay, go for it." He goes, "Do you like pineapple on your pizza?"
Oh my
And I
gosh.
was like, "This is your important question?"
Well, isn't it though?
It is. But he goes, "Yes, it's a deal breaker for me." And, like, we all have deal breakers. And I'm like, this can't seriously be his deal breaker. Like, that's a small thing that, like, for me would not be a deal breaker.
Yeah, he has to be joking, right?
Right? So I respond honestly. I'm like, okay, well, no, unless you're eating dessert pizza. Pineapple doesn't belong on pizza.
Oh, Keisha, wrong answer.
It doesn't belong anywhere near a non-dessert pizza. And I was like, it's wrong on so many levels. Clearly, this wasn't the right answer because then he ghosted me after that. Like, he just stopped talking to me. Yeah, and so clearly it was his deal breaker. And it amazed me that was a deal breaker.
That is unbelievable.
Right?
I am, well, to be fair, I'm honestly considering, can we actually be friends? I love pineapple on my pizza. I don't get it very often, but I do love it.
I don't judge people that get pineapple on their pizza. I have no issues with people that get pineapple on their pizza. I just don't want it on my pizza.
But
yeah.
I don't like to judge people, but I'm going to notice that guy sounded just a titch shallow.
Right? I mean, like I said, we all have our things that are like absolute deal breakers, like no way this relationship isn't going to work. So, like, to make that your deal breaker to me just seemed very, like, shallow.
I think you might scratch the surface on that guy and get more surface.
Right? And so I'm okay with the fact that he didn't want to talk to me.
And yet, well, sure, because you have the philosophy, you're weeding these people out by their own words.
Right? Exactly.
Yeah, it's like Darwin's waiting room. They're self-selecting themselves out of the pool.
Right? I mean, like I said, I was more than happy to keep talking to him, but apparently if you want to stop talking to me because of my topping choices for pizza.
Okay, well, let's just real quick before I let you go. What is your favorite kind of pie?
My favorite kind of pie is, I had a great aunt who made an amazing chocolate pie. She, like, handmade it. It was so good. And we have the recipe, but no one can ever make it like my great aunt did.
All right. Okay, you know what? We're still friends. That's good.
Okay. It's the Y105 FM Early Morning Show.
This is the best.
Weekday mornings on Y105.
Would you like a cleaning product?
Of the show.
It's the Y105 FM Early Morning Show.
I'm trying to find the appropriate name for this story. Do I call it the day James Raby's worlds collided story? Or is it the, oh really, what story? That's kind of more dramatic, right? Well, you can decide what the name of the story should be as soon as I tell it. Hi, it's James Raby on Y105 FM's Early Morning Show. And on Tuesday was the Chamber of Commerce, Rochester Chamber of Commerce street party. Town Square Media and Premier Bank get involved, and we had a blast. I get to MC it, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And I'm talking to my pal, Donnie Rowells, who's hanging out there, and he's talking to a woman, a redhead, and says to me, he says, hey, how's things going? And I say, hey, things are great. And he introduces me to the woman next to me, and she says, oh, I know who he is. And she looks at me, I know all about you. Oh, yeah? She says, I know your ex-wife really well. And I go, oh, cool. You know who I'm talking about? Do I know who my ex-wife is? Yes, I do. She's awesome. And she really is. Straight up. All right? So it's her saying, I know your ex-wife really well. I'm like, oh, well, that's interesting. You know, that's cool. All right. Cool, neat. You know everything about me. I'll watch my step around you. And then Donnie and I are talking some more. And he asked how Diana is. And I say, oh, she's great. He said, she's still out in Truman? Oh, yeah. And if you don't know, Diana's my girlfriend. She's still out in Truman? Yep, right on the farm. Taking care of business, working from Mayo Remote. Oh, that's neat. Awesome. Yeah, that's great. And then the redhead says, wait, did you say Truman, Minnesota? And Donnie and I say, yeah. And she says, did you say Diana? I says, yeah. She says, what's her last name? And then Donnie says, Diana Evans. And she goes, shut up. I went to high school with her. Oh! What? So you can see where the what comes in. You not only know my ex-wife, but you also know my current girlfriend. Well, they were in high school together. They weren't in classes right next to each other. They weren't same age and stuff. But still, it's Truman. It's a small town. Everybody knows each other. Everybody's friends. And suddenly I thought, oh my goodness, these worlds are colliding. Stop. Keep it apart. James divided against himself cannot stand. Anyway, that's my story.
It's the Y105 FM Early Morning Show.
This is the best.
Weekday mornings on Y105 FM. Here's what you missed on the early morning.
For today, look for a blend of clouds and sunshine with high temperatures climbing to the upper 70s. Then for tonight, mostly clear, dropping to a low of 55. Tuesday, abundant sunshine, mid-70s, and for your Wednesday, lots of sun up to 78. From the Weatherology Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Michael Carroll.
Working for a living is a whole lot better with variety from the 80s to today. This is Rochester's Best Variety on Y105 FM.
Dive bar on the east side, where you at? Phone lights at my nightstand in the black. Come here, you can meet me in the back. Dark jeans and your Nikes, look at you. Oh damn, never seen that color blue. Just think of the fun things we could do. Cause I like you, listen for the best. My reputation's never been worse, so you must like me for me. Yeah, I want you. We can't make any promises now, can we, babe? But you can make me dream. Is it cool that I said all that? Is it chill that you're in my head? Cause I know that it's delicate. Is it cool that I said all that? Is it too soon to do this yet? Cause I know that it's delicate. Isn't it, isn't it, isn't it? Isn't it? Isn't it, isn't it, isn't it? Isn't it delicate? Third floor on the west side, me and you. Handsome, you're a mansion with a view. Do the girls back home touch you like I do? Long night, keep your hands up in my hair. Echoes of your footsteps on the stairs. Stay here, honey, I don't wanna share. Cause I like you, listen for the best. My reputation's never been worse, so you must like me for me. Yeah, I want you. We can't make any promises now, can we, babe? But you can make me dream. Is it cool that I said all that? Is it chill that you're in my head? Cause I know that it's delicate. Is it cool that I said all that? Is it too soon to do this yet? Cause I know that it's delicate. Isn't it, isn't it, isn't it? Isn't it? Isn't it, isn't it, isn't it? Isn't it delicate? Sometimes I wonder when you sleep, are you ever dreaming of me? Sometimes when I look into your eyes, I pretend you're mine all the damn time. Cause I lie. Is it clear that I said all that? Is it chill that you're in my head? Cause I know that it's delicate. Yeah, I want. Is it cool that I said all that? Is it too soon to do this yet? Cause I know that it's delicate. Cause I lie. Is it clear that I said all that? Is it chill that you're in my head? Cause I know that it's delicate. Isn't it? Yeah, I want. Is it cool that I said all that? Is it too soon to do this yet? Cause I know that it's delicate. Isn't it delicate?
Your smart speaker is a radio. Play us and get the most feel-good music for your workday, anywhere and anytime. This is Rochester's Best Variety on Y105 FM.
Another turning point, a fork stuck in the road. Time grabs you by the wrist, directs you where to go. So make the best of this test and don't ask why. It's not a question but a lesson learned in time. It's something unpredictable, but in the end is right. I hope you had the time of your life. So take the photographs and still frames in your mind, hanging on a shelf in good health and good time. Tattoos and memories and dead skin on trial. For what it's worth, it was worth all the unpredictable, but in the end is right. I hope you had the time of your life. Something unpredictable, but in the end it's right. I hope you had the time of your life. It's something unpredictable, but in the end it's right. I hope you had the time of your life.
The biggest artists and the best music from the 80s to today on Y105 FM.
I threw a wish in the well. Don't ask me, I'll never tell. I looked at you as it fell, and now you're in my way. I trade my soul for a wish, pennies and dimes for a kiss. I wasn't looking for this, but now you're in my way. Your stare was holding, ripped jeans, skin was showing. Hot night, wind was blowing. Where you think you're going, baby? Hey, I just met you, and this is crazy. But here's my number, so call me maybe. It's hard to look right at you, baby. But here's my number, so call me maybe. Hey, I just met you, and this is crazy. But here's my number, so call me maybe. And all the other boys try to chase me, but here's my number, so call me maybe. You took your time with the call, I took no time with the fall. You gave me nothing at all, but still you're in my way. I beg and borrow and steal, at first sight and it's real. I didn't know I would feel it, but it's in my way. Your stare was holding, ripped jeans, skin was showing. Hot night, wind was blowing. Where you think you're going, baby? Hey, I just met you, and this is crazy. But here's my number, so call me maybe. It's hard to look right at you, baby. But here's my number, so call me maybe. Hey, I just met you, and this is crazy. But here's my number, so call me maybe. And all the other boys try to chase me, but here's my number, so call me maybe. Before you came into my life, I missed you so bad. I missed you so bad. I missed you so, so bad. Before you came into my life, I missed you so bad. And you should know that. I missed you so, it's hard to look right at you, baby. But here's my number, so call me maybe. Hey, I just met you, and this is crazy. But here's my number, so call me maybe. And all the other boys try to chase me, but here's my number, so call me maybe. Before you came into my life, I missed you so bad. I missed you so bad. I missed you so, so bad. Before you came into my life, I missed you so bad. And you should know that, so call me maybe.
Hey, I've taken some time off, so please enjoy the best of the show.
It's the Y105 FM early morning show.
I'm James Raby, and Jennifer Grey is out promoting her new book, doing an interview the other day with Drew Barrymore, talking about how one time she could not stop laughing, and it was at the absolute worst time when she was doing a love scene with Tom Cruise.
Well, I was friends with Tom Cruise. I met him at a No Nukes rally. I felt like his older sister, you know what I mean? Like he was asking me for relationship advice and stuff like that. So we go to the screen test and I'm like, okay, he's my old friend. So then we have to do the bed scene, some love scene. And it's a chemistry read. They're trying to see how hot you are together and feel that. And I just couldn't stop laughing the whole time. And the more I laughed, the more mad he got. Until finally the director was like, "Hey, I think we're done here." And I was like, "I'm sorry."
So when did you laugh inappropriately? Give us a call, 507-292-1053. Mary Beth, you're up first.
I was at the hospital visiting a friend, and the man what was beside my friend let out the worst stinker, and I just lost it. I just started laughing, and here he had just had surgery, and they was letting him pass the gas, and the nurse kind of gave me a dirty look, but I just cracked up.
Well, I would have too, I'll be honest. You know, sometimes a little bit of tension relief in the form of a gaseous emission is all it takes to get me going just whew.
It was the longest release of gas I have ever heard in my life. We never thought it was going to quit, and I cracked up, and the nurse wasn't too happy with me.
Well, you know, we're supposed to be adults and all, but come on, you know. Also, just think how great that guy felt afterward. Seriously. Ooh, and you can finally go home. Thanks for calling in, Mary Beth. Dee Dee, what's your story?
I got kicked out of the hospital when my ex-husband dislocated his knee.
All right. Let's hear the story.
I was 8 months pregnant, and I had a horrible sense of humor, and he was whining like a child, and it was making me laugh every time he started crying about it, and they asked me to vacate the premises.
I suppose it was distracting having someone laughing out loud while they're trying to deal with your husband's crying.
I was laughing so hard, I probably would have went into labor if they wouldn't have kicked me out of the hospital.
It's the Y105 FM early morning show.
This is the best.
Weekday mornings on Y105.
An evening of stand-up.
Oh.
It's the Y105 FM early morning show.
Would you like to hear about the time I discovered the secret passageway out of the Baldwin building?
Well, I'd love to tell you. Here it goes. Hi, it's James Raby on Y105 FM's early morning show. I've been bragging for a few days now.
I'm sick.
Because on my vacation, I got sick, as you do. That's the rule. You get sick at the end of your vacation. And a big, bad head cold and a sore throat. And the sore throat's gone, but this whole nasal thing, ugh. And so yesterday, as a precaution, I went to see my doctor, Dr. Greenland in the Baldwin building. Awesome guy. The whole staff is fantastic. I just love it there. And I really do. And because it's better to check than not know. I did the COVID jab up my nose, right? They took the hose up the nose, and because of that test in that setting, I couldn't just walk out. Part of their protocol is, hang on, you can't just leave, buddy. And I'm like, what? And yeah, I got to wait for an escort. And I'm like, well, finally. And the guy comes in and says, "Are you codename? Don't you know who I am?" He didn't really say that, but it took me out the back way so I wouldn't encounter any more patients. But you'd already walked in and saw, yeah, I know, but I won't see any more, which is good, right? And man, it was cool. I got to see the bowels of the Baldwin building, which normally that would be on what, floor 4? No, it's floor 2 at the Gonda. That's right. Floor 2 at the Gonda is where you see the bowels, but they see your bowels. It was neat. I went down the back way. I went in hallways I'd never seen before, and I was let out this magical door. I was like, oh, hey, I'm outside now. This is wild. That's what you get. You get very special treatment when your code name is, don't you know who I am? And the COVID test is negative, so that's great. And I also learned about this nasal spray. Doc said, oh, get the generic. It's fine. And I'm telling you what, I have taken Benadryl and Sudafed forever. Nothing. It makes me groggy, unhappy, miserable, but that's all I've known I can take. Well, this stuff cleared up my nose in like 5 minutes. And I slept all through the night. Amazing. It was an amazing visit. Just fantastic. So there's the rundown on James Raby. Codename, don't you know who I am?
It's the Y105 FM early morning show.
This is the best.
Weekday mornings on Y105 FM.
Hunters
Show.
It's the Y105 FM early morning show.
A new survey says that 37% of people have been embarrassed by their dad's dancing. And Kayla, you have a story about this. Thanks for calling the Y105 FM early morning show. What's the story?
At my wedding, he got on the bar
Yeah.
and was dancing on the table. It was embarrassing.
What was he dancing?
He was doing the Macarena 11 years ago last week.
Well, happy anniversary. And I'll bet that you are just such a proud daughter.
I was mortified, and everybody got out their phones and the cameras, and it's in the album, but we flipped quickly because it's just bad.
Hey, good morning. It's Y105 FM's early morning show. Annie, what's your story?
So it was my college graduation open house,
Uh-huh.
and my dad decided to try to twerk
Oh, nice.
in the middle of the graduation open house in front of all of my friends, but he didn't know what it was called. So he said, "Hey, look, guys, I'm tweaking.
He's tweaking.
And of course, my best friend caught it all on video.
All right, well, let's get to the important part here. What quality did he possess? Is he a great tweaker? Sorry. Is he great at twerking?
It was more of an awkward wiggle. Let's just put it that way.
It's the Y105 FM early morning show.
This is the best.
Weekday mornings on Y105 FM.
If you're a Michael Bublé fan, sit down. Hey, it's James Raby. Thank you so much for listening to the Y105 FM early morning show, radio on demand podcast. I hope you'll subscribe and tune in Monday through Friday between 6 and 10 for more fun than you can shake a stick at.